Hi, I'm Gil Chavez, and today we are here in Montgomery, Illinois, near Aurora, at the Sports Zone Family Fun Center. Behind me is Tropical Falls, their mini golf course. We'd like to thank Tom, Debbie, and the rest of their wonderful team for inviting us to do this project for them. They have hired us to come in and create a couple of their mini golf course holes. They wanted to create something exciting, visually appealing, more fun. I believe that it's going to be a great attraction. So follow us.
So for this project, we proposed an under-the-sea habitat theme. This theme solution will give us an opportunity to introduce various sea creatures along with other sea life to turn these holes into a beautiful under-the-sea habitat coral reef. We think it will be the perfect solution to tie into our client's Tropical Falls mini golf course. Before we talk about the design, let's talk about the challenge. First of all, the location of holes 12 and 13 had been chosen by the client to be on the side of the biggest hill on the course. This presented a big problem for us because the ball would race down the hill due to the drastic pitch. We needed to slow down the ball and redirect it towards the hole in some fashion to give the player a better opportunity for a hole-in-one. Now, let's talk about the design. For the front of the 12th hole, we wanted to offer an element of surprise. We decided to incorporate a 3-hole entry system for the ball to fall into. This gave us the ability to have 3 different exit points for the ball to be redirected towards the hole on the backside. For the front of this hole, we will design and build a magnificent octopus to cover the 3-hole entry system. The octopus itself will be about 16 feet wide by 5 feet tall. This will be a real monster. When the player puts the ball in between the octopus tentacles, the ball will fall randomly into one of the 3 holes. Then for the backside, the ball will exit out of one of these 3 holes. But before that happens, let's lay down some blue carpeting to match our theme and place rocks all around the hole to make our coral reef motif. For the first exit point, we will sculpt a giant eel head peeking out of the rocks. The ball will fall out of its mouth to be received by a track, which will shoot the ball directly towards the hole. For the second exit point, we will create a cluster of shells tucked into the coral rocks. The ball will exit out of one of the shells to be received by a larger shell below to help slow down the ball. When the ball exits, it will then bounce off a large rock and be redirected towards the hole. And for our third exit point, we will sculpt another massive eel slithering down the hill. This eel will be coming out of a large coral tunnel. The ball will then launch out of the eel's mouth and be redirected towards the hole. And finally, we will place our magnificent octopus on top of the coral reef. This under-the-sea habitat scene will be sure to add life and color to the landscape. Now for the 13th hole, we will again use the blue carpeting to continue with our theme. We will then place a super cool manta ray that will appear to be flying down the hillside with a coral archway at its side. To finish off the look, we will then place huge pylons with large rope all around the hole and add netting between the pylons to keep the ball from falling out. And finally, for the 19th hole, we will deliver the wow factor with a scene right out of a shark movie. To make things more challenging, the client wanted us to use an old boat that he had on the premises for this attraction. After we clean up the boat and give it a fresh paint job, we will use it as our backdrop and build a dock all around the base. Once this is done, we will create an incredible great white shark coming out of the side of the boat. And finally, we will put a large ramp resembling a wave in front of the shark to give players a chance to putt into its mouth. The client loved the idea, so we started production.
Okay, here we are at Sports Zone Family Fun Center. We're awaiting the client. He's about to lay his eyes on this display and this whole entire project, under the sea habitat, for the first time at night. So let's keep going and see what happens. You like that?
Yeah.
Now I went here.
That's cool. Yeah, like
Here's your own remote control to your own octopus. You got to come over here. We can turn it to red. That's going to stay at red. Cool.
this in our industry, it's golden.
I'm so glad, man.
That's fucking. That's cool.
Oh, see that? That's an attraction.
Oh, big time.
That's an attraction.
Yeah.
That's not
Absolutely.
just. Look at that guy's face.
Start getting that website going with that shark, with all this stuff.
Do you love it? Don't you think it's huge?
Oh, you're gonna get a lot of play from around the country.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of things you can make. Crocodile to gorillas to whatever, you can make it all. And to drive the families and the kids to your miniature golf that's what you need. People spend a lot of money in miniature golf, but after a while, since you're not in a tourist area, you have to change things up.